Imagine a world where the scariest stories are real and the monsters aren't hiding under your bed, they walk among us. That's the chilling reality of true crime, and for some reason, we can't get enough. Is it morbid curiosity? A desire for justice? Or something even deeper buried in our psychology? Today, we uncover the unsettling truth behind America's true crime addiction. America's true crime obsession isn't new. It goes back centuries. In the 1890s, people lined up to buy newspapers covering the Jack the Ripper investigation, even though it happened in London. In the 1920s, millions followed the Leopold and Loeb case, where two wealthy college students murdered a child just to see if they could get away with it. Why? Because we're wired to be fascinated by the forbidden? Psychologists say true crime activates a primal part of our brain, the same part that reacts to danger. Watching or listening gives us a safe space to experience fear without actually being in danger. It's like evolutionary training, learning from threats without facing them directly. That's why people binge series like Mindhunter, Making a Murderer, and The Staircase. It turns our living rooms into a form of dark tourism, but without ever leaving the couch. Another reason Americans love true crime: we hate not knowing. Look at the decades-long obsession with the Zodiac Killer, whose taunting letters and unsolved ciphers still dominate internet forums. Or the mystery of JonBenét Ramsey, a case so complex that even after nearly 30 years, people are still trying to piece together what happened. True crime gives us puzzles, riddles filled with red herrings, suspects, motives, and clues. And we get to play detective every time viewers pause a documentary to replay a piece of evidence. Every time listeners re-examine a phone call in a podcast, they're taking part in a psychological need for closure. But there's also comfort in thinking, I would never fall for that. I'm smarter. I'm safer. Psychologists call this victim distancing, a coping mechanism that helps us feel in control. True crime isn't just about killers, it's also about the people who survive. Look at the story of Elizabeth Smart, abducted at 14 and rescued 9 months later. Her interviews and documentaries inspired millions, turning fear into resilience and hope. Or the survivors of Ariel Castro's Cleveland kidnappings, who rebuilt their lives after unimaginable trauma. Their stories generated collective grief, but also collective strength. True crime lets audiences explore vulnerability. What would I do? Could this happen to me? But it also fuels empathy. Many viewers say they watch not because they're fascinated by killers, but because they care about the victims and want justice. This emotional connection is why certain cases like Gabby Petito's disappearance explode across the internet. People feel personally invested. Today, true crime is everywhere. Streaming platforms release new docuseries almost weekly. Podcasts like Serial, Crime Junkie, and My Favorite Murder have millions of listeners. Books, TikTok breakdowns, Reddit threads, it's a massive industry. But with popularity comes a darker side. Some documentaries sensationalize tragedy. Some podcasters profit from real families' trauma, and entire online communities become obsessed with cases, sometimes with dangerous consequences. During the investigation of the Boston Marathon bombing, Reddit users falsely accused an innocent student, Sunil Tripathi, causing distress to his family. More recently, thousands of amateur sleuths flooded social media trying to solve the Idaho college student murders, spreading misinformation and making unverified accusations. True crime is no longer just storytelling, it's a marketplace, and tragedy unfortunately sells. But true crime has also changed America in important ways. Documentaries like The Innocence Files and The Story of Stephen Avery increased awareness about wrongful convictions. The podcast Serial led to the re-examination of Adnan Syed's case, proving how powerful public attention can be. True crime has shaped conversations around policing, forensic science, domestic violence, mental health, and missing persons cases. Yet, there's a balance we must maintain. When does awareness become exploitation? When does fascination become obsession? As consumers, we must remember behind every case is a family, a community, a real person whose life was changed forever. America's obsession with true crime is complicated. A mix of fear, curiosity, empathy, and the human need to understand danger. It speaks to who we are as people. We watch because we want answers. We listen because we want justice. We follow the stories because they remind us that the world is unpredictable, but also full of resilience. True crime will always pull us in, but it's up to us to approach it with responsibility, empathy, and awareness.